They're tarot cards.
You are familiar with the tarot? However, I sometimes foretell things that are frightening.
With these? They are the key.
Yes.
The key? The key to what?
Ancient wisdom. The tarot deck is a picture book of life. An answer to the deepest questions of philosophy and history, and sometimes a means of prediction.
Like fortune-telling?
Of a kind.
What kind?
There is within each of us a twin destiny, the natural and the supernatural. The cards are attracted to the supernatural part of that destiny as one pole of a magnet attracts an opposite pole.
Supernatural part?
The strange, the weird, the unknown, the terrifying, the mysterious. At one time or another during our lives, we may, any one of us, encounter it. This deck can forewarn us. I call it my house of horrors.
In that year of fear, 1969, a myth was born that continues to fascinate the world. A man named
and love that Bob.
And other members of his family of evil. He is antisocial, crazy, and criminal. He is one of the last true heretics of our time. A consumer product designed to satisfy an audience that loves nothing more than to be frightened.
Exactly.
Let's look at the word subgenius. For in this, the 20th century, we have seen the coming of a savior, a beacon of slack.
Tons of government-sponsored experiments did take place at hospitals, universities, and military bases around our nation. Some were unethical, not only by today's standards, but by the standards of the time in which they were conducted. They failed both the test of our and the test of humanity. The United States of America offers a sincere apology.
What's this?
We give you love and affection, don't we? Well, then what is it? You're tearing me apart!
What's up, Doc?
Hi. I don't have a whole lot of time.
Well, look, let's begin by finding out whether you're using this line properly or not.
Area 51.
Yeah, that's right. Were you an employee or are you now?
A former employee.
Former employee.
I was let go on a medical discharge about a week ago, and I've kind of been running across the country. Oh man, I don't know where to start. They're gonna they'll triangulate on this position really soon.
So you can't spend a lot of time on the phone. So give us something quick.
Okay. Okay, what we're thinking of as aliens are they're extra-dimensional beings that an earlier precursor of the space program made contact with. They are not what they claim to be. They have infiltrated a lot of aspects of the military establishment, particularly the Area 51. The disasters that are coming, the military, I'm sorry, the government knows about them. And
the god Baphomet. This is the god that the Templars were supposed to have been worshiping when they came back from the Crusades, and the Pope and Philip le Bel condemned Jacques de Molay, who was the head of the Templars at that point in time, and they scattered to Portugal and Scotland. Of course, resurfaced later as the organization of Freemasonry. But again, this is the God of Freemasonry. Now, how would you like...
This stress test that is being applied could be the precursor to a more successful recapitalization. But I don't understand that the system was fundamentally flawed, and there is no return to where we come from.
Norman Stanley Fletcher, you have pleaded guilty to the charges brought by this court, and it is now my duty to pass sentence. You are an habitual criminal who accepts arrest as an occupational hazard and presumably accepts imprisonment in the same casual manner. We therefore feel constrained to commit you to the maximum term allowed for these offences. You will go to prison for 5 years.
The new number 2. What do you want? Who is number 1? Information. You are number 6. I am not a number. I am a free man.
All the Bible is telling you is that every 2,150 years the sun moves into a new constellation in the heavens, and this is why in Revelation it says that war broke out in heaven. There was a great war in heaven. That's right. The war between the powers of Pisces that has dominated the world and the coming age of Aquarius, when the two constellations of Babalondon for dominance over the world at the equator. So there's a war in heaven, star wars. And consequently there's coming a new world order. And that new world order...
Well, what we start to take into the picture is that we're dealing with a secret society that practices ancient rituals of magic. But as a goddess, Sirius was Isis. And so their very main goddess of magic, Isis, is actually a form of Sirius, the star. Okay, Sirius is a binary star system off in the distance. It's the brightest star in the sky. You'll see it rise above the horizon just left of Orion after Orion has... And this Dogon tribe has carried this tradition throughout thousands of years in Mali, Africa, of these beings coming down that were, they called them the repulsive abomination, and they were worshipped as their gods with their pentagram on her head. Same thing. And what you find out is that the shell and the pentagram are actually symbols of Venus. And when you boil it all down, Venus, you look it up in the dictionary, or look Lucifer up in the dictionary, and you'll immediately see that Venus is Lucifer.
That's wrong, man! My God! The goat of Mentis. The devil himself.
Well, let's see now. We have on our team, we have who's on first, what's on second, I don't know's on third.
That's what I want to find out, the guy's name.
And then,
That's what I want to find out, the guy's name.
Now tell me, who's on first, what's on second, I don't know's on third.
Now, Abby, you going to be the manager of the baseball team?
Yes.
You know the guy's name?
I should.
Well, then you tell me the guy's names on the baseball team.
I say, who's on first, what's on second, I don't know's on third.
You ain't saying...
What have you done to it? What have you done to its eyes?
He has his father's eyes.
It's alive. Oh, it's alive. It's alive. It's alive. It's alive. Oh, in the name of God. Now I know what it feels like to be God. On a velvet couch. The city of Jerusalem is situated in the exact geographical center of the earth. It is the city of God the great King, where his great temple was established, from which his law went to the ends of the Christ. He is the rock of ages. He is the everlasting Father, and the government of our life is on his shoulder. Who is he? Who is this fourth man? He is Jesus of Nazareth, the Son of the living God.
Love that bomb.
What's up, Doc?